And I come in, we're in the training room, okay? And I said that my ankle hurts, okay? So you have to start with taking a history, right? So start asking some history questions, obviously not all at once so I can answer them.
What were you doing?
What was I doing? I was on the soccer field during practice and I felt the pop in my ankle.
When did this happen?
This just happened 5 minutes ago.
What position? Were you running? Were you standing?
I was running and I just felt like my ankle give out, kind of like I stepped in a hole.
Which ankle?
My right ankle.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how bad does it feel?
It hurts like an 8.
Have you previously injured this ankle before?
I roll my ankles all the time.
Can you point?
This one feels different though.
Can you point
Where's
to
the
where the pain is?
It's like all in here, like right there.
So did you fall like, do you remember if you fell like this or like this?
I don't remember.
You don't remember? You just know you have pain right here?
I just kind of paint a hole in here.
Okay. There's not a specific.
No, not
No,
one specific.
athletes
It really
have
hurts.
the-
It just happened. And it's
Is it
really
swollen?
swollen.
Is it?
Really swollen.
Whoa.
Now we go from
Alright.
So do we start?
Okay.
Yeah.
So what's
Who wants to
next?
go?
So now you guys are gonna ask for an observation. What do you see? Okay.
Really
So it's
swollen.
really
Swollen.
Okay.
No
Is
ecchymosis.
there any bruising? See,
No.
that would be a good question.
I don't think so.
No.
So we have to
Is
ask
it
you.
red?
All this we making up, though, right?
Yeah.
So we have to ask you if it's bruised or
Yeah.
red.
Yeah. Because you need to know what it looks like.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, there could be a laceration on there for all you know, but you don't
Yeah.
see it because you don't see it.
yeah.
But I know.
Laceration.
But I know. There's no laceration.
Okay. So be like, is there bruising?
Is there a deformity? Is probably a real good question.
Is there a deformity?
No, there's not a deformity.
Compare bilateral?
You could compare bilateral. It looks the same minus the swelling.
Okay.
Any other observation
Is
questions?
there anything in your knee? Is there any deformity in your knee?
Nope.
Any
Knees
pain?
When you
are
walk,
great. I limped in.
Limped in.
I limped in. That was another good history question.
Yeah.
Did you come walking in? Did you come crutching in? Did you come carrying in? Did you come crawling in?
Crawling in.
Is there any
Okay.
pain in your
Rolling.
toes? Or
No
any
pain in my
part of
toes.
your toes?
No pain in my toes.
Only pain in your ankle.
Only pain in my ankle. Right there.
What were you doing? You're running?
Yeah, I was on the soccer field. Duh.
Come on, soccer. Look at
Olympics.
look at the soccer.
Olympics. Okay. Good observation? Yes? No?
Yes.
Think we got. Okay, so what's next?
Palpation.
Palpation.
We-
Alright,
we-
so every person can come up here and palpate a structure and tell me what you're palpating. One at a time. One at a time.
Oh. Well, I don't know what I'm
Jeez.
palpating. The deltoid ligaments.
Okay, palpate the deltoid
Is there any
ligaments.
swelling?
Medial malleolus.
ATF.
Medial malleolus.
ATF.
ATF. Where's your ATF at?
Right here.
That is not your ATF.
ATF.
ATF's right here.
That right? That's right.
ATF.
Do your.
Okay, Achilles. It's good. Lateral malleolus. That's always a good place to palpate.
Any points on
Your
your
syndesmosis.
Okay, palpate the syndesmosis.
Yeah.
Way up here.
Palpate the tibia. Palpate the fibula. Good.
Calf.
Calcaneus. Calcaneofib.
So we're just making stuff up when we do this part, as far as
Well, I might tell you if there's an area that's point tender, or I might tell you if something doesn't feel right.
Like you'll tell us where, or we have to palpate and then you tell us where it hurts.
You'll palpate, and I'll tell you where it hurts.
You say, oh, it hurts
But
right
I
here.
don't have to say, ooh, right now I am palpating the lateral malleolus.
We just kind of
but you wanna
palpate and then you tell
wanna
us
palpate the
where.
important structures of each anatomical area.
Yeah, I'll ask. So does it hurt right here? Does
So
it
yes,
hurt?
that hurts.
Does it hurt right here?
That
okay, so
that hurts.
That hurts.
That's what you.
Does this
That
hurt?
doesn't hurt.
Just this.
That
Okay.
hurts.
And what's it? Is it UCL? No.
Deltoid ligament.
Deltoid ligament.
Deltoid.
Yeah, all
We
three
want
of
to say what
them.
we palpate when we palpate.
So then we do the
You don't
special.
necessarily have to, but you want to palpate all the important structures of the anatomical area you're at.
So I'm saying we just palpate. We ain't got to tell what we doing.
Yeah.
All right.
Correct. But you better palpate all the anatomical areas, all the important ones. No one palpated the foot, so you want to palpate. You want to palpate the
Toes.
carpals, metacarpals. Just make sure that those are okay.
Can you feel your toes?
Toes are fine.
Bottom of the foot. Do we do bottom of the foot?
Toes are fine.
Vertical?
Nope.
So as we're palpating, you can let us know if you feel pain. How you
Yes.
All right. So we just basically grab.
Okay.
Crook your foot.
Alright, so
Palpation good?
Yeah.
What do we get from palpation?
Pain in the deltoid ligaments.
And is it warm?
Pain on the medial side.
Is there any
There's
swelling on the
There's
medial
swelling.
side?
There's swelling on the whole ankle.
So
Okay.
No deformities.
Okay, now?
All right. So now what are you gonna move on to?
Special tests.
Special tests. So, Khalif, special test for the ankle that you would use based on my history, the observation you had, the palpation that you didn't do.
I use inversion stress test.
Ow. Ah.
Negative.
No, it really hurt me.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the inversion.
that was a.
Put their foot in the right
Inversion.
position.
Inversion. No pain, huh?
No
Don't-
pain, no laxity.
So it's
Do a negative test.
Don't you have to make
That's
their
a
foot
negative test.
dorsiflex?
So it's a negative test.
What's a negative test?
It's
inversion.
inversion.
That one. So you had pain on the other one. That was a positive though for the eversion.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
you
then
said
I didn't
two.
do
How do you know?
Because you said
He said, "Ow, that hurts."
you didn't say it was
Okay.
laxity though.
What if it was out on this side?
You didn't say it was laxity.
You said no laxity. You said no laxity.
I didn't say anything about laxity.
He didn't say it was laxity.
I didn't say anything about
You
laxity.
didn't say ow. You didn't say nothing about laxity. That's right.
Okay.
So they didn't want
So there's some laxity.
Okay, well, yeah, it's positive.
Do another
Okay.
positive.
How do you know that's positive?
Do another
Because there's
positive.
like,
Do inversion.
How do you know that's positive?
Do inverse.
That was negative.
Whenever it comes to ligament
I
tests,
did inversion.
you gotta check bilaterally.
Oh, which one?
Because that's how you know whether that is lax or whether both of them are lax.
Oh,
if both
I
of them are
got you,
lax,
I
then
got
it's a
you, I
negative
got you.
test.
I got you.
Okay, that's inversion, so no. No laxity, no pain.
We ain't got this one.
Eversion, no laxity, no pain.
Okay, so now bilaterally, this one has laxity when it's everted.
Okay. Good. Okay. So we think we have a positive special test,
Yes.
and we think we have one negative special test.
Yes.
So let's see if we can come up with a couple others.
Anterior, posterior
Anterior drawer.
drawer.
Let's have someone else. Khalif is. It's bedtime for Khalif.
Do you not put the foot in dorsiflexion for all of them?
For anterior drawer, you want it in dorsiflexion.
But what about for inversion, eversion? You don't?
You want anterior translation. You're not trying to
Oh
pull
yeah,
out
that's
that way.
right. Yeah.
Pull up towards your chin. There you go. There you go. No laxity. No
Now
pain.
posterior.
Posterior.
Let me wash my hands.
I think you'll be alright. You've touched worse feet than mine. No laxity, no pain.
Okay.
What
that?
hit the heel.
Tailor.
Heel strike.
Okay.
Can you do it
Someone else-
when?
someone else come
No
do a heel
laxity, no
strike?
pain.
Can you do it when they're up like that? They don't have to
That
turn
was
over.
Not my heel. There you go. Nope. No pain, no laxity. I hope there won't be any laxity with the heel strike.
Tailor tilt. That's inversion and eversion. We
Yep.
already did.
So we've
Oh,
got,
the Homans.
so we've got.
Dorsiflexion.
That's not home.
I mean, whatever. See, I don't know the
What is
names.
it? What is it?
Dorsiflexion and everted,
Okay.
right?
Ow!
Oh no.
That hurts.
So positive sign. If
Four.
I
What was that called?
pain, any
That's
laxity,
Kliegers.
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 See, I don't. You don't even know the names.
Check bilaterally.
Any laxity in that one?
There's some movement.
Okay, so Kliegers for this one too. None.
And what is the Kliger test for? Sorry.
I don't know. That's why I asked you
Dorsiflex-
guys.
Dorsiflexion and everted.
That's how you do it. But what does it test?
What's it testing for?
The medial deltoid ligament.
No.
The CF. No.
Getting closer.
Posterior.
Kind of. Getting much closer.
Tibiofibular joint.
Anterior tip.
Almost there.
Syndis.
Taylor tibia. Taylor tibia.
It's testing the ligament, the anterior tib fib ligament.
Anterior tib fib ligament.
Anterior
High
tib
ankle
fib.
sprain.
Yes, high ankle sprain.
Krieger's
What's in
high
most
ankle
of the joints?
sprain.
Yeah, that's
Krieger's
what-
test for high ankle
That's
sprain.
That's
The anterior
dorsiflexion,
tibia
eversion.
fibular ligament. Okay. All right. So we've got two positive tests. What are they?
The Kliegers and the eversion.
Eversion
Ta-
stress test. And we've got several negative ones. What are they?
Anterior draw.
Posterior
drawer,
drawer.
No ATFL,
heel strike,
no CFL, no
posterior drawer,
inversion.
Inversion.
inversion. Okay. So, are we good with special tests?
Yeah.
All right. So what's next? Normally to go functional tests. We don't really need to do functional tests.
So we're not for the practical.
So she said just now you
Sometimes
tell the
we'll.
diagnosis.
Maybe more for like the back ones, but for the ankle, I mean, if I came in here limping or hobbling on it, probably wouldn't do any functional testing, right?
So now you want to do
So
So for we don't have to for the practical.
what?
functional test.
You may want to for like the back or something, but if you get like an SI or something, you want to see what their movement is or anything like that.
What would you do for that?
You can do several things.
Like
Single leg stance, body weight squat, like all sorts.
for the back?
Yeah, and just see. So, no functional test for this one, so what's next?
No plan.
What are you taping up?
Assessment and plan.
Assessment, okay?
So
you're
what
gonna
is
do an
her?
assessment. So remember, we do the hops plus F, but we do it in a SOAP note fashion. So subjective was your history, and then objective is the objective, the palpation, the special test, the functional test. So
No,
now you gotta do your
assessment.
A, assessment.
So it's your
What's the assessment of? What do
right
I have?
ankle,
Yeah,
right ankle,
Lateral.
Right ankle.
Right ankle.
high ankles. Do we tell high
Okay.
ankle sprain and
I wouldn't say high ankle strain on this
This
on
is
the
more-
practical.
Inverted
You have to tell me what's injured.
Inverted ATL.
deltoid ligament,
Eversion ankle sprain.
Inversion.
Injuring what ligament?
deltoid ligament.
Deltoid ligament is injured. And
anterior tibiofibular.
anterior
Tib
tib fib
fib.
ligament.
Oh, tib fib. Okay.
Yep, not ATF because that's talofib.
So that's lateral side, right?
Yep.
Okay.
All right, that's it.
Ooh, we're done.
Call the
That's
degree.
that's all the
No,
practical
no
goes.
degree.
We wouldn't say, oh,